Every single week in August had the most amazing stack of new book releases, so let's go through all the exciting ones that came out in this last week of August. Starting with what I'm currently reading, we have Lucky Shot by Rebecca Genchak. This is like a romance author, hockey player romance, and it is so adorable. I'm halfway through this one and absolutely loving it. It's my first book of hers and will certainly not be my last. Next we have Catabasis by R.F. Kuang, and this one's about two graduate students who travel to hell to try to save their professor. Then we have Unnatural by Mia Sheridan. I just opened this today and I'm so excited to read it. The FMC in this has a very tragic backstory, and she has this boy in her mind that she doesn't know if he was really real or not, but he's always been in her head. She's always been in his, and it's that story of that second chance where they come back together. The Wrong Daughter follows a family who just left their two teenage girls home alone for the first time. They're leaving overnight, and during that trip, one of them ends up disappearing in the middle of the night, nowhere to be found for like decades. Years and years later, what they thought was their dream comes true, where she shows up as a fully grown woman on their doorstep claiming that she's their daughter. Both the girls have completely conflicting tales, and they have to figure out which daughters to actually believe. This is a newly released edition of The Girlfriend, which is a thriller that got turned into a Prime series. It examines the mother-son, daughter-in-law dynamic filled with jealousy, sabotage, retaliation, and lots of lies. The Book of Lost Hours is a fantasy that revolves around this magical library where every person who's ever passed away has a book that contains all of their memories. The Entanglement of Rival Wizards follows two rival students who are both gunning for the same prize. They're trying to get this research grant, and they end up discovering that if they work together, they can both win it, but it's an enemies to lovers. They butt heads at first. It seems like a grumpy sunshine. It looks so cute. Here for a Good Time follows an author who, after the success of her first book, is feeling a lot of pressure, and she has like a writer's block, so she books a trip at a resort, only to get there and the resort gets like taken over by a group of armed masked women, sending into her very own life and death situation. The Executioners 3 is a mystery that's filled with rivalry, romance, and a gruesome curse that dates back centuries. It has cool edges and amazing end papers with a map. The Glass Man follows a woman whose father contacts her. They're kind of estranged, and he's asking for her help. There's been a body found nearby, and he's the main suspect, and he's claiming he didn't do it and asking her to basically figure out who did. And there we have it, the most exciting book releases that came out in this last week of August, of the ones that I have copies of. If I'm missing any that you were really excited for, then let me know so that I can add them to my TBR too.